Good morning, good afternoon. This is James here. Duval Mazda at the Avenues, home of the Duval difference and MVP price. Let me introduce you guys to my favorite car in the lineup. This is the 2014 Mazda 6. This is the hottest car on the market right now. If you haven't heard about it, you should. It's the best car out there that money can buy. This model in particular is a touring model, and this is the car that we're going to be going over today. This vehicle is all new, fully Sky Active, and this is the touring model, which is the mid-level. This car does come in 3 available trim models. That comes in the Sport, which is the entry-level model, the Touring, which we're about to look at, and then the Grand Touring model, which comes with all the bells and whistles. So let's go ahead and take a quick look around the vehicle. As you'll see in the very, very front of the car, the all-new Kodo design from Mazda. You'll start to see this in all the vehicles that Mazda produces. Now, as we walk around the vehicle, very, very aggressive, bold lines on the exterior here. Standard 19-inch aluminum alloy wheels, and they look great. The body lines down the side of the vehicle. As we approach the back of the car, the trunk is open at the moment. This vehicle does come with LED rear combination taillights, which are super bright, which allow people behind you to see a little easier. You'll also notice a standard dual exhaust as well. Now, this vehicle does produce 184 horsepower, just shy of 200, plenty of pep, giving you the power you need as far as passing power on the highway, etc. So that's a quick look of the exterior. Now, here we are underneath the hood of the 2014 Mazda 6. You'll notice a totally new 2.5 liter Sky Active motor. Now, Sky Active technology is quite advanced, and you'll see as we do have some other videos explaining Sky Active technology. Now, I want to spend a little bit of time here and show you the engine compartment. There's the battery, easy access to it, which I like. As we move across here, you'll notice not too many filler caps. Now, this vehicle is a little unique. As you see here, that's where your wiper fluid would go, and in the center there, that's where your engine oil goes. This vehicle does take fully synthetic motor oil. The benefit, of course, is oil change intervals at 7,500 miles. Over there is the cap for your brake fluid, and then as we come to the front, your coolant fluid. You'll notice there's 2 caps missing, one of which is the power steering pump, which this vehicle does not have. It does have fully electronic power steering. The benefit of that, of course, is lighter in weight and one less maintenance item you have to worry about. You'll also notice there's no transmission dipstick in this car because the transmission in this vehicle is fully sealed, meaning the fluid inside of the transmission is designed to last the life of the vehicle. Now, as we look up top, you'll notice the heat shield. Not only does it keep heat out, it also, in the event of fire, the clips you see there will burn, and this top part will come down to douse the flames. Now, that is your 2.5 Sky Active engine, again 184 horsepower. This vehicle also has the best fuel economy for vehicles with this power in its class. This car does get, in the city, 30 miles per gallon, on the highway 38 miles per gallon on a full-size sedan like this. Now, here we are at the back of the vehicle, quite a large trunk. And you'll be surprised how deep this trunk actually goes. You'll also notice these quick release handles, so we can put the seats down flat. The benefit, of course, is we can fit large items in here. Mazda gives you a pretty big opening as well, larger than some others that you may have seen. As we lift the under storage compartment, you'll notice all your toolkit are just placed perfectly there in the styrofoam. That way we don't lose them and they don't move around. And there is your space saver spare. It's amazing these days how some of our competitor vehicles don't even give you a spare tire. Mazda still keeps you in their thoughts. Now, here we are at the rear of the vehicle, for the rear passengers. One of the great things Mazda did add for this car finally are rear AC vents. Now, anybody that's sitting in the back seat, man, it feels great to have AC and be able to control the direction. You can also turn it on and off as well. In the center here, you have your Starbucks holders, your center armrest there, which is an armrest, and then there is cup holders for 2. On the sides of the doors as well, some additional storage compartment, maybe for a bottle or such. Now, as we move to the front of the vehicle, this is where all the technology really shines. And on the side here, you'll see a 6-way power adjustable seat, as well as a lumbar support manual on the side. Now, let's get in the vehicle here, and this is the most exciting part about it. Here is your key. Every single model does come with an intelligent key and push start ignition. So simple tap, foot on the brake, and we have power. Now, as I start to the side, we'll notice our standard, even on the sport model, power locks, power windows, power mirrors. Now on the side here, I do want to go over some of these buttons and what they mean. You'll see a traction control button there, and of course traction control is designed to keep you on your intended path in the event that the wheel detects any kind of slippage. You'll also see a tire pressure light. The reason I really like this is sometimes when it's extremely hot to extremely cold, the pressure in the tire changes and it triggers that sensor to go off. Now, usually what that means is you have to go to the dealership to have that light reset. Now you can press and hold and that will reset the button. You'll also see a button here for BSM. That's Mazda's blind spot monitoring system, which is available in the Touring model and up. The benefit, of course, is you'll see on the side view mirror, there is a little indicator in the upper left-hand corner. In the event someone was in your blind spot, that light would actually glow. Now, let's say you had your turn signal on, it would actually make an audible alarm to alert you someone was in your blind spot. I like the minor details Mazda did, especially with these little these chrome bezels here, just giving it a more luxury look on a vehicle in this class. As we look at the gauges, 3 big gauges here. On the left-hand side, your tachometer, in the center, the speedometer, and on the right-hand side, an information display screen, which shows your outside temperature and kind of an advanced trip computer. One of the benefits is your range to empty, as well as average fuel economy and current MPGs while driving. Another great thing about this car are all the tech features that it has. Now we'll start here on the steering wheel. This is a leather-wrapped steering wheel, which is very nice. It's made from the finest leather in Japan. Now we'll notice the controls, obviously, for your tracks, your volume, information for that display screen we just looked at, and your standard Bluetooth, which is available on all models. Now as we look to the right, this is your standard cruise control setting. Mazda made it very easy, quick touch, all at the touch of a thumb right there. It's a great looking steering wheel there. Now we'll come to the radio. Now the radio in this car is quite advanced. It does have an HD radio, and don't be confused. HD does not stand for high definition. It stands for hybrid digital. Now there are stations between stations, and certain radio stations actually produce 2 or 3 different substations, so definitely enhances the music. Now the HD system in the vehicle does produce a higher quality as far as audio sound goes, so that would give you more of a CD-like sound versus your traditional radio. Now you'll notice there are some buttons here, so if we click on audio, that would take us to the audio. The phone, our phone is not connected there. Navigation, and you'll notice as I press this button, nothing occurs because the navigation unit is available on all trim levels as an accessory. Now up here, of course, there is a setting. Some great things about this car is they actually have some vehicle settings, so you can control things like your interior timeout for your lights and your headlights automatically turning off, etc. Now, as I move down here, dual climate control is standard, which is great, especially in a vehicle in this class. You'll notice that the passenger is able to control their own temperature as well, which is really a great feature, especially in a vehicle this size. And again, the thing I really like about Mazda is the simple hour, minute, and then reset to set the clock. One of my favorite features. Automatic climate control is standard as well on the Touring model and up. Now as we move down, we'll look at the gear selector here. Now this vehicle does come with a 6-speed automatic transmission. The benefit of that 6 gear is to give you that cruising gear, giving you that great gas mileage, again 38 miles per gallon. Now as we move it down to the side, we'll also notice this vehicle does come with a Tiptronic model like all other Mazdas do, and we push forward to downshift and pull back to shift up, again for more spirited driving or mountain driving. Now as we move down, we'll notice Mazda's all-new Commander switch. Now, for some, it may seem redundant to have those buttons up there and to have the buttons down here, but for taller drivers, it can be quite tough to reach the buttons, so it is quite convenient, especially keeping your eyes on the road. Now, the gear selector will actually allow you to scroll through the different settings, which is nice, and we can actually go back to the radio there and click on FM, and there we go. So great little feature there as far as the Commander switch. Great job, Mazda. Now, as we look at the cup holders in the car, they're standard and available for 2, and they do close, so you can hide some things in there as well, which is nice as far as privacy goes. A great shout out to Mazda as far as the interior build quality of this car. I mean, some of our competitors, when you knock on the dash, it's just plastic. But you'll notice this is actually a soft touch rubber material. And the benefit of that, of course, is to keep the road noise down, which is a big thing for most drivers these days. Also, the satin finish inside the car looks great. And again, the passenger. Now, this is the Touring model, so the seats inside are actually a nice leatherette. And to be honest, if I didn't tell you they're a leatherette, you'd probably just think they're leather seats. Now, the Grand Touring model does come with available heated leather seats, as well as a powered passenger seat as well. Now, the armrest of this vehicle is sliding, which is nice for taller drivers to give you a little bit more arm room. And in the cup holders, in the center armrest, you'll notice Mazda's USB port and auxiliary port, additional charging outlet, so we can get that power. Now, again, this is the 2014 Mazda 6. This is the car that every magazine, every website, and every reviewer is saying is the best buy. We have several of them available here at Duval Mazda at the Avenues, here in Jacksonville, Florida. Again, home of the Duval difference. So guys, thank you for sitting with me and checking out the new 2014 Mazda 6. This is the Touring model, again, in the crystal white pearl or the snowflake white pearl. Great car. Guys, come by, check it out. Again, James here, Duval Mazda at the Avenues, home of the Duval difference and MVP price. Look forward to seeing you. Look forward to test driving one of these cars with you. Thank you. Have a great day.